Hey guys, LunarSpire1127 here, bringing you Naruto chapter 575, Stone Will. So last week's chapter, Jugosu gets to learn about the war. They find a scroll that might turn the war around. Sasuke fights a bunch of Zetsu clones and shows off his new Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which I'll admit looks okay. And I also learned that the guards in Konoha can be complete idiots sometimes. And that's pretty much it. So, Naruto chapter 575, Stone Will. So the chapter begins with the continuation of Madara and the 5 Kages. Yes, they didn't skip this fight. Thank you, Kishimoto. Anyway, a rock golem tries to crush Madara, but he uses a Mokuton jutsu called Kuren Kajukai, or something like that, to summon a giant forest of flowers that are emitting some sort of weird pollen. The Kages escape thanks to Garsan and, of course, Inoki's flying jutsu. Mei tells them to be careful with the pollen and not to inhale it, so obviously this pollen might be poisonous or could put people to sleep. I don't know. But anyway, Madara pops up from behind with his summoned Susanoo and smacks the Kages down to the ground, and the Kages are unfortunately very injured. Madara uses a Katon jutsu called Koka Meshitsu, whilst Mei tries to use a Suiton jutsu, but she can't because she's too injured from the fight. It's pretty much almost all the Kages are now falling unconscious, while Inoki is still holding on, and we cut to a flashback of him as a kid polishing this stone, which, according to the previous Tsuchikage, is a precious stone of the Rock Village. It symbolizes the shinobi village's strong will. Of course, little Inoki, which I just realized has a weird-looking nose, of course doesn't believe that a mere rock can represent such a strong meaning like that. So Tsuchikage tells them that, yeah, it's a mere stone, but all that matters is the will inside. He tells Inoki that he hides a strong will that can change the world, but if he doesn't pay attention to that, he will lose that will at the end. Like, if he hits a wall, if he meets an obstacle, he might lose his will and obtain hatred in exchange for determination and begin to make excuses, and he has to step forward without abandoning his will, which unfortunately kind of happens because we cut back to when he's an adult now, and he's fighting against Madara, and he tries to fight him off, but unfortunately he can't, and I guess thanks to Madara and that fight, he loses that will and made excuses and became the Tsuchikage that we used to know. So thanks to his will that he obtained, that he got back, and of course thanks to that flashback of his, he uses a Jiton jutsu called Genkai Hakuri no Jutsu to blow away the flames and the forest and the pollen. And it seems to work because he manages to save the Kages, because now they're perfectly conscious, and he also manages to take out a chunk of Madara's armor, but it reveals that he has Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage's face on his chest. So that explains why he was able to use Mokuton Jutsu. He has the first Hokage cells, just like Danzo, which confirms my suspicions that he will use Izanagi, because if he has the power of the Uchiha and the Senju, you could use Izanagi. At least that's what I managed to get out from Toby when he fought Conan, which, by the way, is coming out in the anime next week, and can't wait to see it. Anyway, moving on. Cut to Kabuchimaru. He says that Orochimaru managed to inserts the first Kage cells into Madara like he did with Danzo, which kind of bugs me. How did he actually do that? No, not more like how. I mean, like, when did he do that? I mean, was this around the time Madara was still alive? Because he's dead now, and to be honest, we don't even know how long Madara was alive or when he died. So this fight is actually turning interesting. And then we cut to Sasuke again. He's heading towards where the battlefield is. And he's heading towards the forest. And he runs into Itachi. And I really like the face he makes when he sees Itachi. He's like, the hell did I just see? And that's where the chapter ends. So, Naruto chapter 575, it was a pretty good chapter. I like the fact that they continued with, that Kishimoto continued with the Kage fight, and seeing the Kage coming in to save the day. I did like his flashback. You know, I guess learning how he became who he was before. And also from the last page, I'm not really sure about this, but who knows, we might get a reunion with Sasuke and Itachi. Maybe Itachi might knock some sense into Sasuke. Who knows what might happen. But I will note is that since Sasuke now loves his brother, he'll be really pissed to learn that Kabukimaru has resurrected Itachi and is using him for his own personal gain. Who knows? Maybe he might follow him and find Kabukimaru and might kill him or something like that. Who knows what might happen? I'm not sure why, but I still want to see Naruto, Killer Bee, Guy, and Kakashi, and Toby. So far, we haven't seen them yet, or how this final confrontation is going to be for those guys. Also, the Allied Shinobi forces, we haven't seen them yet. Have they reached to the battlefield yet, or are they still on their way? I still want to see them fight. Some of the characters that we haven't seen be able to fight and get some screen time. That's just my opinion. So, for this chapter, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I like the Kage fight. The flashback was pretty good. Get to learn how the Kage, how Unoki was developed, and I did like the panel. It was a decent cliffhanger, and I can't see what happens next week. So, Naruto chapter 575. I'm Lunar Spire 1127, and I'll see you guys later.